Welcome to a journey of understanding the importance of responsibility. In the next 16 weeks, you will comprehend the essence of being accountable for your actions. Responsibility is not just about impacting you positively, but also about contributing to the welfare of others. It's about recognizing your role in personal and social surroundings. We will explore personal responsibility, responsible decision-making strategies, and the understanding of accountability. We will discuss responsibility in relationships, academics, time management, finances, and conflict resolution. Additionally, we will touch on the responsible use of technology and social media. As we progress, we'll learn about community involvement, environmental responsibility, and leadership, all while developing resilience and understanding the advantages of being a responsible person. We will study historical figures who showed responsibility and examine the positive outcomes and negative consequences of responsibility. Each topic is a lesson in itself, a stepping stone towards understanding responsibility thoroughly. Gear up for an enlightening journey, and let's celebrate personal growth and set future responsibility goals together. Welcome aboard. As we embark on our first week, we'll start by defining what responsibility really means. Responsibility is about being accountable for one's actions and comprehending their potential consequences. It involves making choices beneficial not only to oneself, but also to those around us. Every action can influence our personal lives, relationships, and the community. Let's consider a relatable example. Imagine having an important school project due. Despite having ample time to prepare, procrastination led you to race against time. In this scenario, you're responsible for the outcome. Failing to complete the project on time could lead to a poor grade, affecting your academic performance and future college applications. This scenario illustrates that responsibility includes recognizing how your decisions led to such an outcome and learning from it, but responsibility doesn't solely pertain to dealing with negative consequences. It extends to making decisions that foster positive outcomes. Had the project been started earlier, better results could have been achieved, more knowledge garnered, and stress avoided. In the coming weeks, we'll explore concept of responsibility further. For now, let's retain this definition and example. Responsibility encompasses being cognizant of our actions, their consequences, and making mindful choices that benefit ourselves and others. Stay tuned for more insights and practical tips on embracing responsibility in our everyday lives. As we move into our second week, we'll focus on the link between self-awareness and responsibility. Self-awareness is the insight into your personality, including strengths, weaknesses, beliefs, and emotions. Recognizing these aspects is the key to understanding your behavior and decisions, which is fundamental to responsibility. Take, for example, a school project. Suppose you often procrastinate, leading to stress and poor outcomes. Acknowledging this pattern is the initial step in taking responsibility. You can then change your behavior, like starting projects earlier or managing your time better. But it's not just about negative behaviors. Self-awareness also means understanding your strengths and using them well. Maybe you work best when deeply involved in a task. Instead of multitasking, you could decide to allocate large chunks of time for focused work. This way, self-awareness aids you in making decisions that yield results for you and others. It enables you to manage your actions and their effects, which is core to responsibility. In the next section, we'll delve into how we can cultivate this self-awareness and use it to enhance our responsibility. So stay with us as we continue our journey towards becoming more responsible individuals. As we delve into week 3, we're going to explore the concept of responsible decision-making strategies. Building on previous lessons in self-awareness, we now turn to enhancing our decisions to act more responsibly. Imagine you're at a crossroads with multiple routes ahead. Each one represents a different decision you could make. How do you choose? Responsible decision-making strategies can guide you. One potent strategy is the stop method. Stop, think, options, proceed. Pause before rushing into a decision. Consider your options, weigh the pros and cons, and then proceed with your optimal choice. Seeking guidance is another approach. Trusted individuals, parents, teachers, friends can offer valuable advice. Remember, seeking help is strength, not weakness. A decision-making matrix can also be utilized where you list your options and rate them based on certain criteria. This is especially useful for decisions with many elements. Importantly, consider the impact your decisions on others. Responsible decision-making isn't solely about you, but also about those around you. These strategies can help you make decisions that are beneficial for you and reflect your responsibility towards others. Up next, we will discuss how to put these strategies into practice, so don't go away just yet. In this week's segment, we're going to delve deeper into the concept of accountability and its importance in our decision-making process. Accountability is about understanding the repercussions of our actions, both positive and negative. Decisions have consequences, and accepting them is key to behaving responsibly. What's important is not just making decisions, but owning them, regardless of the outcome. When our decisions yield positive results, we happily take credit. However, when they lead to negative outcomes, many shy away from responsibility. Accountability shines during such times. It isn't about self-blame, but about learning, growth, and understanding that every choice we make has an effect. This understanding helps us recognize mistakes, learn from them, and take corrective actions. Here's where the principle of cause and effect becomes essential. Each choice we make has an impact. Often this impact is not limited to us, but extends to those around us too. By grasping this, we can make more informed. Accountability isn't about fearing consequences, but about comprehending, learning from them, and using this knowledge for more responsible decision making. It's about living consciously aware of our actions and their potential ripple effects. It's about growing from our mistakes and using these lessons to make better choices. In the next segment, we'll shed light on some practical on implementing accountability in our everyday lives. So remember, accountability is not about fear of consequences, but about understanding them, learning from them, and using that knowledge to make better, more responsible decisions in the future. Stay tuned as we share some practical tips on how to practice accountability in our daily lives in the next segment. In this scene, we're going to explore how responsibility influences our relationships and interactions. We are accountable for our actions, our words, and our silent cues. Effective communication is a two-way street, requiring us to send messages that are clear, respectful, and considerate. Responsibility also involves recognizing our role in conflicts or misunderstandings. Instead of merely blaming others, this involves introspection, asking what could I have done differently, or how can I amend this? It's about acknowledging when we've upset someone, showing sincere remorse, and striving to avoid such instances in the future. In relationships, responsibility implies reliability and trustworthiness. It's about being dependable, keeping your commitments, and understanding that your actions impact others. Thus, you should make decisions that are not only beneficial for you, but also respectful towards others. Beyond conflicts or keeping promises, responsibility is about setting and respecting boundaries and maintaining a balanced exchange. So as we move forward, let's remember to be accountable for our words, our actions, and our relationships. So stay tuned for the next scene where we wrap up our series on responsibility. In this next scene, we delve into the realm of academics and goal setting and how responsibility is vital in these aspects. As students and lifelong learners, our academic journey depends on our involvement. This means setting good study habits, attending lectures on time, meeting assignment deadlines, and active participation. It's about accepting victories and defeats in academics, realizing that our grades mirror our effort and dedication. Now let's discuss goal setting. Responsibility in this area means being grounded and realistic with our dreams. We ought to set reachable goals that challenge us, but also acknowledge our limits. It's not overcommitting or setting ourselves up for failure, but rather segregating our larger dreams into smaller, manageable steps. Additionally, we must also be responsible for executing these goals. Simply dreaming big isn't enough. We also need to put in the hard work and dedication required to achieve these goals. This implies staying disciplined, organized, and focused, even in challenging times. Remember, responsibility is an essential quality for success in academics and personal goals. We are answerable for our learning and aspirations, and it's on us to make sure we reach our maximum capability. As we wrap up our series on responsibility next, let's bring all these concepts together and see how they apply to our everyday life. As we transition into our next scene, we delve into the vital essence of responsibility in successful time management. Being responsible is discerning the importance of time and its judicious utilization. This involves a systematic approach of prioritizing tasks, creating a concrete schedule, and adhering persistently towards it. Time management is all about making deliberate choices, comprehending that each moment is valuable and irreplaceable. Each day, we are confronted with a plethora of tasks and commitments, creating chaos and confusion. However, However, when we assume responsibility for our time, we can efficiently plan our day, enhance productivity, and lessen stress levels. This implies not merely planning our time, but also honoring the time of others. Infringing on others' time due to tardiness or missed deadlines affects our credibility and signifies disrespect for others' time. Acknowledging that time is an invaluable, finite resource that once lost can never be regained is integral to responsible time management. Using it wisely and responsibly is essential. In scheduling our time, we must allocate slots for self-care and relaxation as well. So effective time management encompasses a healthy equilibrium between our professional commitments, personal life, and mental well-being, recognizing that we require as much time to rejuvenate and revive ourselves as we need to work and accomplish tasks is crucial. As we navigate towards the conclusion of our series on responsibility, let's contemplate how these core principles can be integrated into our daily routines, bolstering personal growth and success. As we segue into the penultimate scene of our series, we're moving towards an issue seldom given enough emphasis in talks about responsibility, financial responsibility, and budgeting. It's a vital proficiency that every teen should acquire early. Financial responsibility transcends just earning money. It's about grasping how to control, save, and use it judiciously. It's about taking decisions that will affect your current and future economic well-being. This includes devising a personal budget and adhering to it, realizing the contrast between needs and wants, and restraining from impulsive buying. Making a budget need not be complex. It's about comprehending your earnings and expenditures and then strategizing accordingly. It's about proposing financial aims, whether it's putting away for a gadget, a vehicle, or even for education fees. Remember, being financially responsible also signifies understanding the worth of money. It's not just a tool for purchases, but a resource that requires adept management. It's about acknowledging that every dollar spent is a dollar that could have been saved or invested. In conclusion, understanding and practicing financial responsibility can aid in constructing a secure financial future. It's not just about managing resources, but about taking control of your life and future. Start practicing financial responsibility now, and it'll pave the path to financial independence. And so stay for our final episode, where we'll wrap up our series and provide some final thoughts on embracing responsibility in all aspects of your life. As we step into the final thematic scene of our guide, we delve into a vital aspect of daily life: responsibility in conflict resolution and problem solving. Conflict is unavoidable, but managing it effectively is what distinguishes us. It's about accepting our role in the disagreement, striving towards a solution, understanding the other person's point of view, controlling our emotions, and having reliable communication. It's not about determining who's right or wrong, but about reaching a mutual agreement that respects everyone's sentiments. Similarly, responsibility is critical when solving problems. Rather than blaming others or avoiding the situation, we should confront the problem, analyze it objectively, and think of potential solutions. Making informed decisions, acting on them, and accepting the results, regardless of their success, is what responsibility entails. Similar to financial responsibility, where every spent dollar could have been saved or invested, every conflict is a chance for growth and understanding. It's a learning, adapting, and improving opportunity. In conclusion, responsibility in conflict resolution and problem solving leads to healthier relationships, improved decision making, and a well-rounded life. It's time to take responsibility in these areas, and we will be better prepared for life's challenges. Up next, we'll wrap up our series with some final thoughts on embracing responsibility in all aspects of our life. Stay tuned. As we continue our journey towards understanding the depth and breadth of responsibility, let's delve into an area that has become central to our lives: responsible use of technology and social media. In today's world, we're connected like never before through digital platforms. This connectivity brings new responsibilities. We need to tread the digital world with respect and responsibility. Being aware of our digital footprint, we must recognize that our online conduct can have offline consequences. We should use these tools to foster positivity and unity. When using social media, we should be mindful that our posts can be seen by many and easily erased. Hence, before hitting post, consider if you'd be comfortable with the whole world seeing it. We must respect others' privacy and refrain from sharing personal details without consent. Cyberbullying, a growing issue with the rise of digital platforms, must be resisted and reported. As for technology, use it wisely. It can be a potent learning tool as well as a potential source of distraction. Set your tech usage boundaries to ensure it doesn't intrude on your offline responsibilities and relationships. In summary, responsible use of technology and social media share is about being a positive, respectful, and mindful digital citizen. It's about utilizing these tools to create connections, share knowledge, and contribute to a better world. As we conclude, remember that responsibility extends not only to our actions, but also to our digital interactions. Therefore, let's resolve to be more responsible, both online and offline. Stay tuned. The final thoughts on embracing responsibility in all aspects of our life. As we approach the culmination of our responsibility guide, we're zeroing in on a pivotal element that weaves our prior subjects together: responsibility and community involvement. The principle of responsibility transcends our personal sphere, reaching into our community. Understandably, our daily decisions, whether grandiose or minuscule, shape the community we inhabit. Embodying proactive, accountable community member means contributing to the betterment of our shared environment. This involvement can manifest in various ways, from offering your time at neighborhood events, pitching in during community cleanups, aiding neighbors encountering difficulties, or perhaps leveraging your digital platforms to bring attention to local concerns. Remember, there's power in every action. Demonstrating responsibility in our community engagement, we not only enhance our surroundings, but also inspire others through our actions. This intersection is where personal responsibility aligns with social responsibility. It's about acknowledging the ripple effect of our actions, realizing that our everyday decisions can instigate positive transformations in our community. It's time for us to pledge to not only be accountable for ourselves and our deeds, but also for the welfare of our community. As we move towards the end of this section, we need to understand the importance of stepping up and making a difference, whether it's in a small personal capacity or a larger community scope. In the following scene, we'll put the final touches on our guide with concluding thoughts on incorporating responsibility in every facet of our existence. So here's a thought to ponder as we move forward. What small action can you take today to make your community a better place? And let's learn to take responsibility, not just for ourselves, but for the environment we live in, the community we are a part of, and ultimately the world we share. Stay tuned. In this penultimate section of our guide, let's delve into a pivotal aspect of responsibility that we all hold, and that is environmental responsibility and sustainability. As dwellers of Earth, we bear the duty of its protection. Our actions, whether we realize it or not, influence the environment we inhabit. This responsibility goes beyond personal spaces, neighborhoods, and national borders. It covers the entire globe. Environmental responsibility implies making mindful choices that minimize harm to our surroundings. This could involve tactics as straightforward as reducing, reusing, and recycling waste, conserving resources, or opting for green products. It also includes educating others about environmental matters and promoting sustainable practices. Sustainability is about ensuring our present actions don't impair future generations' ability to fulfill their needs. It's about maintaining equilibrium between our requirements and our environment's health. Today, let's commit to being dutiful guardians of our environment. Let's aim to make green choices, spread knowledge about environmental issues, and cooperate to create a greener, healthier Earth for us and posterity. In the final scene of our guide, we will conclude with some closing thoughts on the importance of embracing responsibility in all facets of our lives. Stay tuned. As we move on to the final section of our guide, we delve into the key role of responsibility in leadership. Being a leader, regardless of the setting, invites an array of responsibilities. A leader isn't merely an authority figure, but someone who bears the weight of their team's actions and decisions. They steer their team toward a shared objective, building a climate of trust, respect, and unity. Leaders are answerable for their team's triumphs as well as their downfalls. They accept their missteps and use them as stepping stones to learn and improve. They ensure that every team member feels appreciated and listened to, fostering a welcoming atmosphere where everyone can flourish. The responsible leader sets an encouraging example for others. They exemplify integrity, equity, and ethical behavior in all their transactions. They inspire and propel others through their behavior and speech. They also comprehend the significance of personal care and work-life equilibrium, not just for themselves, but for their team as well. In this guide on responsibility, we've examined what it truly means to be a responsible leader. It's about more than just fulfilling your duties. It's about taking the initiative, making an impact, and setting a positive example. It's about being accountable not only for your actions, but for the actions of your team. It's about acknowledging your mistakes and using them as opportunities to grow. It's about creating an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. These are just a few of the many ways in which responsibility plays a crucial role in leadership. But the most important thing to remember is that being a responsible leader isn't just a role, it's a way of life. As we conclude our guide on responsibility, remember that being a responsible individual is not just about fulfilling your duties and obligations. It's about stepping up, making a difference, and leading by example. Stay tuned for our closing thoughts in the final scene of our guide. As we transition into the final segment of our exploration on responsibility, we dive into a key element of personal development, overcoming obstacles and fostering resilience. Life is filled with hurdles, but a responsible person understands how to maneuver around these barriers with grace and strength. Upon encountering these challenges, it's imperative to take ownership of our situation rather than attributing it entirely to external factors. This involves evaluating the circumstances, honestly recognizing our part in it, and initiating action to enhance the outcomes. Resilience refers to the capacity to recover from adversity, and it stems from a strong sense of responsibility. By assuming responsibility for our actions and reactions to challenges, we can adapt knowledge and become stronger. We can transform barriers into opportunities for self-enhancement and personal advancement. A responsible individual also recognizes when to reach out for support and depend on their network, realizing that overcoming hurdles often requires a joint effort. They also prioritize their mental and physical well-being, comprehending that resilience is not solely about surviving troubles, but flourishing despite them. Being responsible isn't just about accepting blame or fulfilling obligations. It's about developing the strength of character to face life's challenges and grow from them. It's about learning from our mistakes and using them as stepping stones towards success. Responsibility, then, is a commitment to personal growth, a dedication to self-improvement, and an acknowledgement of our role in shaping our destinies. It's a powerful tool on the journey towards becoming the best version of ourselves. As we wrap up our comprehensive guide on responsibility, remember that being responsible means being resilient. It means facing life's challenges head-on and emerging stronger and wiser. Stay tuned for our concluding remarks and final thoughts in the next scene. As we approach the conclusion of our guide, it's crucial to ponder on the holistic advantages accrued from embodying responsibility in our lives. Responsibility, in its essence, is the cornerstone of individual growth, a formidable tool for success, and a gateway to personal fulfillment. Exercising responsibility in every facet of our lives yields not only personal development, but also a profound impact on our immediate communities. Responsibility, a seemingly simple virtue, holds the power to engender trust in relationships, carving a path for deeper, more meaningful connections with others. It is a catalyst, accelerating academic and career prosperity, creating a well-rounded individual prepared for the challenges of the world. Responsibility is a beacon guiding us towards wise decision-making. It equips us with the gumption to differentiate between right and wrong, empowering us to make informed decisions that reflect our values and beliefs. This precious virtue enables us to effectively manage our time and finances, fostering a sense of independence and self-reliance. It ensures that we utilize our resources wisely, steering us away from indulgence and towards a path of moderation and balance. Responsibility teaches us the art of conflict resolution, urging us to approach disagreements with a level-headed, considerate perspective. In the digital sphere, it helps us tread carefully, ensuring we use technology safely and responsibly. It implores us to respect and care for our environment. Responsibility strengthens our resilience, enabling us to overcome life's hurdles with grace and tenacity. In a nutshell, responsibility is not just a virtue, but a way of life that leads to personal growth, success, and fulfillment. As we move towards the conclusion of our video, let's take a moment to appreciate the transformative power of responsibility. Stay tuned for our concluding remarks in the next scene. We've journeyed through understanding responsibility in various aspects of our lives. It's a moment of joy to acknowledge the growth we've accomplished, casting a hopeful eye to the future. Recognizing the steps we've taken, regardless of their magnitude, is vital because it marks personal evolution. Maybe you've honed your time management skills, or maybe you've grown in financial maturity, or perhaps you've become more eco-friendly. Rejoice in these milestones, but bear in mind, responsibility is a lifelong expedition. Now let's think about future expansion. Which areas do you think need refining? It could be your scholastic responsibility, or perhaps it's your decision-making methods. Craft specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-boxed, smarty objectives for these sectors. Always remember, the aim isn't flawlessness, but continuous augmentation and enhancement. As we conclude, it's significant to remind ourselves that the road of responsibility is the road to personal advancement and triumph. This journey is ever evolving, presenting us us with unlimited prospects for ceaseless wisdom and growth. So let's toast to our victories, plan new objectives, and persist in nurturing responsibility in all spheres of our existence. Hold on for our ultimate reflections in the subsequent scenes.